Hi everyone, Diogo for Gearspace here, and today we have some very exciting stuff to share with you. UAD has gone native. Yeah, you heard that right. Universal Audio has just announced the UADx line of native plugins and the UAD Spark subscription service. So let's have a look at all the details, then I'll share with you my thoughts, and I also have a mixing session set up here so we can check out the performance. All right, so starting with the plugins. We're not getting the entire UAD catalog just yet. We're getting a fine selection of 13 UAD titles, also 4 instruments. So let's have a closer look. We have the API Vision channel strip, which is really nice. Also from API, we have the 2500 bus compressor, also super nice. Really like this plugin. We have the Studer A100 tape machine, which got a nice facelift for this version, better graphics here. We also have the LA2A collection with 3 variants of the LA2A. Also the 1176 collections, also with 3 variants of the 1176. We have the Neve 1073 preamp and EQ. And for the effects, we have the Galaxy Tape Echo, an emulation of the Roland Space Echo. We have UA's Pure Plate Reverb, which is super cool, really nice reverb. I'm glad to see this as a native plugin because I think many people kind of skip on this one because it was restricted to DSP. And also the Lexicon 224 reverb, which is also really nice. We also have 4 instruments, the Minimoog and the Ravel Grand Piano, which were available as Luna extensions. They're now available on all formats. And we also have the Waterfall B3, which is an emulation of the Hammond organ with the rotary Leslie speaker and everything. And the Opal Morphing synthesizer, which is exclusive to the UAD Spark subscribers. All right, so this is only available on Mac right now, so the Windows crowd will have to wait a bit longer, unfortunately. And for Mac, you need to be on Catalina, Big Sur, or Monterey, anything newer than Catalina. It's available as AAX, audio unit, and VST. You need an iLok account for this one. You can use the iLok dongle or the cloud. You can activate up to 2 devices, which is always a good thing. They are not available to be purchased separately right now, except for the Waterfall B3, which goes for $199. The other native plugins are only available on the Spark subscription. So the subscriptions costs $99.99 monthly or $149 yearly. So there's a nice discount for the yearly sign up. Owners of the UAD versions of this plugin, so for example, this Studer here, if you have the DSP version of this plugin, you get the native version for free. This is cool. So owners of the EUA Volt interfaces will also get 1 month free of the Spark subscription. So that's pretty much the gist of it. We also have a new app now that to manage the UAD X plugins, as they are called. You can see it here. It will search for your plugins and search for updates and keep everything tidy, which is nice. So it's asking me for a login now, which I don't need to do. We can do that later. So what else? The performance, which many of you may be wondering about. How do they perform? Because there was quite a heated discussion about the power of the shock chips on the UA hardware. So I have a not extremely crowded session here, but I think covers an average session, I would say. So we have from 7 to 33, we have 26 audio channels, 4 of which are stereo. And we also have the 4 instruments loaded here. So you can see that on each channel, I have the A800 loaded and one other plugin. It can be the 76 or the API Vision. and I have a loadout of, let's go to system usage, and it's hovering around 50% on a Mac Mini M1. So they're quite efficient, I must say. I also have some effects going on here, like the Galaxy, the plate, have something on my tube bus. So they're quite well optimized. They do have a little bit of latency, as you can see here. It's 55 samples per instance. This session is running at 48K, just so you know. So I'll play back some bit of this rough mix that I did using only the plugins available on the UAD Spark subscription, just so we can have an idea of how they perform on playback. Let's do this. I don't have a lot of polyphony going on, but you can see the numbers here. All right, so they will drop down now, but that's quite a nice performance, I should say. In my experience here with the M1 chip on Pro Tools, you can push this pretty high. Sometimes you get perfect playback hitting 100 here on the system usage meter. So you can pretty much load your sessions with these plugins. All right, so now for my quick 2 cents. I think this is a very nice selection, very nice. There's some stuff that I would like to see here. For example, a proper EQ. I kind of missed that. That was, I think, the big thing for me. So maybe the massive passive. Am I asking too much? Maybe the Cambridge EQ, which is a Node plugin, but I think it's super useful. I also missed a bit of time-based effects. We have the Galaxy here, which can do some stuff, but I missed a chorus and maybe some more delays. UA has some really cool delays. The EP34 is an amazing delay. The Korg that they have is also really cool. So I hope they include this in the future. They promise to expand the selection. So yeah, here's hoping for more plugins in the future. Maybe some guitar amps too. That would be nice, you know. I think the price is good. It's in line with the other big subscription service, but they all have the pros and cons, and the selection of each one of them is quite unique. So you need to decide what's best for yourself. I think in UA's case, this is quite a niche-oriented collection with their analog stuff, but it also expands a bit further with the instruments. So take that into account too. So yeah, it's really great to finally have UAD plugins. UADx, they are now called. They are not UAD2 plugins anymore. You can even see here on Pro Tools, UADx and the regular UAD stuff. Oh, and by the way, if you're running two instances of the same plugin, but one is native and the other is DSP, you can copy and paste settings between them, which is nice. So yeah, I think that kind of sums it up. I'm very excited to see what UA has to offer next. Really looking forward to having more plugins added. I have UA hardware. I have a UA Apollo. I really like the sound. I really like the plugins, but I always ran short of DSP on my sessions. I'll get the Exa core on the Apollo to 100% quite fast. So it's great to have these plugins as native. All right, so I think that wraps up for us. For any more information, head over to Gearspace, leave your questions over there, and that's about it.